have I asked you, how are you doing? You know, sometimes man. I just want you to answer it like, you know what, man, I'm stressed.
It's definitely.
And it make me feel better.
I mean, I am fucking stressed. It's definitely the busiest I've ever been in my life. Without it, by far the busiest I've ever been.
Creative director role.
Yeah, with all that stuff. Right now, my biggest, my like personal little passion project for OpTic is to like start reboot and relaunch the Spanish side. And I got to tell you,
really, you're in charge of that.
I got to tell you the hardest part about that,
huh? Dude, I don't fucking sit, huh? I don't know how I want to sit.
Just
fucking blankets fucking me up. What Spanish side? What's
hard?
The
hardest part about that is not speaking Spanish. That's got to be the hardest part. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah,
but that's actually
it's something
you're doing.
Yeah, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time.
Is it because you're a soccer fan?
Not really.
And soccer's like, I don't know. I think of Spanish when I think of soccer.
You do? Yeah, I guess I think of like yeah, I do think of Spanish, and I think of Mexico too. Like I know Mexico loves soccer so much.
Is that something you wanted to do, or is like this has to happen?
No,
like figure it out.
No, it's something I brought to them. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I always thought that whenever we had Mixwell, that like we could have done something there. Because like we have Hector, like like that. I feel like that's such a big deal, and
dude, that audience is like the craziest supporters ever.
It is
like when they're down for something, they're down for something.
Yeah, I mean, so I've just been like researching, figuring out all the top esports teams in like Spain and in Mexico and in Latin America and stuff. That's been really cool. And then I'm trying to figure out how we can use the OpTic model and to like branch into like Spanish content, because we have Sebas, we have George, we have Hector, we have Toombs, we have, and Shotzi kind of. Shotzi said I can understand 30% of it, and I was like, really? That's better. That's more than me.
That's enough.
So I think it's just too big of an opportunity to not try it, and so that's what I've been working on right now.
You want like more Spanish creators?
8 billion. Yeah, I would say so.
8 billion.
I would say like, yeah, Spanish. I mean, it would be cool to tap into like the actual space, but also just kind of utilize just the outreach that OpTic has towards Spanish speaking countries. Mm-hmm. Plus, I think it'd be cool to like, because I want to make it where our audience can also watch. So like if we do a trivia video or something with Hector and Toombs and we translate it in English, then like like put English subtitles at the bottom, like our audience could still watch it and get like a lot of entertainment out of it, but also it's made for that scene. I'm excited about it.
When you look at what you're doing for OpTic now, are you thinking like 30 or like 10 to 20 years down the road, like where like this is only going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like, how can we?
Yeah. I'm just right now I'm kind of thinking 5 years down the road, just because
so you're not Elon Musk, because he's thinking 48 years down the road.
Well, I'm still trying to get over the last 3 years. Last 3 years have been fucking hell. So like now that we're finally moving forward, that's dope, but I don't want to get like too overwhelmed. I'm still in like fixing mode, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like in, hey, like, thank you guys for supporting us while we went through hell. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to get everything back on track. And then once everything's back on track, then I'll start looking like 10 years down the line.
It seems like I guess it wasn't too long ago that like, I guess this was kind of like a shit show. Like, I guess it's sort of just recently changed. Yeah. But I was in my own fucking universe.
Yeah.
And I was with the Mutineers at one time. So I wonder, when I was with the Mutineers, like what was going on? Like, I wonder if like, I don't know like what was going on, but
dude,
as far as OpTic, the Infinite back to Hex to OpTic to all that transition.
Infinite to Energy,
because I went
to the
from
Huntsman.
we were OpTic, then we moved here, then it was like Infinite OpTic, then Immortals OpTic, and then
no OpTic.
Damn, there really wasn't because I went straight from Immortal OpTic to Mutineers.
And I went from Immortal OpTic to the Huntsman.
Yeah.
And then you came onto the Huntsman, then he got OpTic back. Then you disappeared. And then the OpTic, whenever you disappeared and we had OpTic, it still wasn't OpTic. Still wasn't OpTic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, but it would we couldn't move forward because it was still just Hector doing everything. And there was all this other shit happening that they had to figure out. So then it is OpTic, and then the merger happens. So now we're finally on an even playing field with everyone else. It's that's what's happened in 3 years.